Welcome, Brick fans, to the Dark Knight Trilogy UCS Tumbler episode here on the Brick Show. 76023, this is the tumbler. This is the box, which I will show you in the close-up. Something we don't usually do, but I'm going to because I know a lot of you are going to want to see this box. This is the tumbler, 1,869 pieces, the 2014 UCS Tumbler. We've got 5 instruction manuals as well, and again, I'm going to show you those in the close-up because we don't usually get 5, but you know, they're all similar in size. We've got a display stand, we've got the beautiful tumbler here, and we are going to talk about it after, but I don't want to waste any more time. So right now, thumbs up, give this a like if you like LEGO Batman, because you're going to be amazed by the techniques used in this set, the builds, and how big the tumbler is. So let's not waste any time and look. So first up, I want to show you the instruction manuals just because there's 5 of them, and that's something that you usually don't see. So we've got all 5, and they are identical as far as the way they look. You can see 5 there, and they're about similar in size, and you just go from one to the next with, like, the number 1 bag is the number 1 booklet, and then it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, it's like that as far as the numbered bags go with these nice manuals, and they do have the cardboard backing so they stay in great shape. And then here's our box, and we don't usually do this, but I know this is going to want to be seen by a lot of you a little more detailed than we normally do with the box. So we've got our exclusive minifigures, the Dark Knight Trilogy logo, so it doesn't say the Dark Knight Rises or just the Dark Knight, so we're kind of encompassing all 3 movies there, obviously, but because this is from the 2, or you know, the different movies with the figures and the tumbler, and so we've got a different logo too up here with the new Batman for there. So, and you can see this is a 16 and up, and this is a European box. Some of you in America are wondering that. We don't have the details and etc. that we see in our boxes over here in the States. And then back of the box is mainly just the completed set, you know, in the Wayne Industries like bunker. So it's kind of set there, which is cool. I like that look. And you know, from the underground. And then we just get those 3 pictures on the back because, you know, as far as play features, there's not a whole lot here. It's more the build. So it's not like you have a box with a lot of play features. And then we have like these designs here on the bottom, which is cool too. And now on to the set, and we're going to start off with the display stand for the minifigures and then the specs that are on the tumbler. So you can see that is a sticker, and it says Wayne Industries Applied Science Division. That is with Fox. That Bruce Wayne does that through, so I like how that's on there. And too, in the instruction manuals, that's on there a lot too, the Applied Sciences, and you know, some different nice pictures on the inside of the manual too. So you can see here we've got the specs on the tumbler. Goes 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, 9 feet 4 inches wide, the height 5 feet 2 inches. So, you know, just give some specs on the actual tumbler, so that's very cool. And then you can see we've got our 2 beautiful minifigures on each side, and that is where they stay because the tumbler is not made for the minifigures, so they are on this display stand to be in front of the tumbler, like on a shelf or whatever. And then the minifigs can go in the tumbler, but they are made for the display stand here. First up, we will give you the Dark Knight, and you can see the nice black variant here, the black uniform, the black suit, and this is the first time we have a black suited Batman from the Dark Knight that is available to all. That's not part of like a Comic Con exclusive. So this is great to have. And there's the back of the Dark Knight. So we get some, you know, just some nice detailed print. This is more the Batman Begins armor, and I think he does wear it a little bit in the Dark Knight movie, this particular armor, but it's more from Batman Begins. And so there's just one more last look at him with the cowl on and the face that was on the back. I flipped around so you can see what that facial expression looks like with the full black suit there. And yes, this is the one we've all been waiting for. I don't know what's more exciting, this or the Dark Knight minifigure. I think probably close to equally exciting. This one might probably a little more for me, although I'm stoked about both of these minifigures. And great detail on, you can see there how he's got like the purple trench coat, he's got a vest, he's got another coat under it. You know, he's like so bundled up like he is in the movie, and you can kind of get that feel from this minifigure with like the so many different layers that he's got. And then he's got the, you know, the tie with another shirt under that, and you know, he's got the, it's like an off blue green hand pieces for the gloves, and then the nice green hair piece. And what a face, what a face. And does he have a double-sided face? He does indeed. So I mean, it's one of those figures you just keep looking at because of the detail. And just, I mean, the Heath Ledger Joker, something we've all been wanting, and now it's right in front of you and we can grasp it in your hands. And there's the back of the Joker, and you can see too that this is a Joker that has flesh skin with the white painted face too. So I know a lot of you have been asking that. It's not the full white face, it is the flesh and then the painted white, which adds to the look. So now here is the tumbler. I know this is what you've been wanting to see. I know the minifigs, yes, are also part of it, but this is the tumbler, and man, you can see the size here on the table. The size of these tires are just awesome, and that's all you can say. And you got 4 in the back, we've got 2 in the front, and yes, we are going to do the full 360 of the tumbler here. Just wanted to kind of give you a glimpse of everything we got, though. Very glossy pieces at the top, so if you do see some handprints, fingerprints on there, I do apologize, but you can, when you're done, I mean, if you wanted to, you could really kind of polish this, almost like you're polishing a car. Obviously use different material, but you know, just to give it a look, because some of the pieces do show when you're building. So you can just see there the size of the tumbler. Now you do see those windshield wipers there, so that's a nice effect too. This is like your front on angle of the tumbler. And wanted to compare minifig size next to those tires. So you can see Batman there, or the Dark Knight, is, and these are the front tires. These are actually, you know, a bit smaller than the back ones. So we'll do a little comparison too with the minifig next to it on the back side also. And so on this side you can see the back tires a little bit better. And you can tell too, I mean, the curvatures in this are just incredible, how this was able to be put together at this size with so many hinges, which does make it a little delicate, a little fragile when you're lifting it, moving it around. But I mean, as you can see, like when you were to grab the sides of it, you just got to be careful because of that. There's pieces that will fall if you're not careful, because of, you know, the way the hinges are and everything. But you know, this is more for shelf display anyway, not something that you're going to be carrying around and playing with to where you have to lift it and move it a whole lot. And then here is our back of the tumbler. We got the engine here, the back tires from this angle, and then you can see we do have some gauges that you can see on the back as well. And then moving up to the top, you can kind of see how those pieces move, all the little clips and hinges and everything that are there. You know, they all kind of move a little bit, so you can kind of place them how they need to go when they're on there. Just give it a little bit, you know, of a different look. Not a whole lot, but you know, you can kind of mess with a little bit to, you know, give it more of a sleek look or a up look. It's entirely up to you. And as you can see from this angle too, with that look, which is identical on both sides, over here and, you know, there too. So just a lot to be on here, and so many different angles and things that are unique and different as far as building techniques go, while, you know, making these designs and curves on the tumbler. And so there's a look with the Joker minifigure next to the back tire. So just so you can compare that minifig size next to the tire as well. And just for kicks, I threw in the small tumbler that is a polybag version. Thought that was kind of fun to do. And you can see the ginormous size difference between the two. And then also wanted to put the minifigs up close to it just so you could see the size difference in them. So they're, you know, just right on the table and the tumbler next to them, and you can see how big that is compared to them. And now we're at the top of the tumbler and trying to make the lighting to where it's not too glaring on there if I put the lighting right on it, but so that you can actually see what the feature is here with taking off the roof of the tumbler here to get into the inside. So these two pieces come off on each side, so they are not attached to any studs. They more are like a snug fit into the tumbler, and that is how you access then the inside of the tumbler. So we'll get a better view and show you what's in that, but just wanted to show you how that works and kind of the angle of that. And you can see how, you know, this piece here was probably the most odd angled piece putting in, because you put a piece here and then you put a piece back here, you know, under all this to get that effect. And then now once you have this, though, this, you know, does not move. So it's more just, this is your view into the inside of the tumbler, which looks as such. So you can see we do have stickers here, so that was one of the disappointing things. Got the keyboard down there with like some monitors up over here, and then this is like our middle area, and then this side is a little bit different over here, and you can see how the seats go from this angle when you can see the seats. So you can see too, we've got a stud there, so if you wanted to put a minifigure in there and kind of rest them on there, you could, but again, it's not made for that. And then just the different monitors here. And then this side, like I said, is a bit different, and you can tell here how when you're in that seat, and then that is your angle, and then into there, and compared to this side where you're in there and your view is just the monitors. But now too, while doing that, this is, which, oh, you can see me in there, the front windshield. You know, when you look through, you see the back of those monitors, and you can see how like that middle sticker does say Intimidate on it, and then like you got the street there, just a lot of different stickers and such in there. Done looking at the inside. Take the pieces and you can see how then they slip back on, and like you were never inside. And with the tumbler, as far as mobility goes, I backed the camera up because I wanted to show you pretty much the mobility factor involved here with the tumbler, and that is pretty much just a back and forth move on the tumbler. So it does move good back and forth, but you can't, you know, really turn it. You know, you'll have to kind of lift it to turn or to move, and it's, you know, got good mobility back and forth. You know, the wheels, tires, everything move nice and smoothly, but you are pretty much confined to the back and forth of the tumbler. And so there is your UCS tumbler with display stand, instruction manuals, and one bad to the bone vehicle. So what did you think? Let us know in the comments what you think. And as far as play features go, this is, you know, one of those sets that doesn't have a whole lot of play features, and that's because it's a 16 and over UCS set. So this is more for display use. That's why we've got the display stand, and that's why I just kind of keep staring at it, because as you know, we're huge Batman fans here. And so LEGO was very kind enough to send us a review copy, and this will be available September 1st of 2014, earlier for the VIPs, which is easy to get, so just do it. So would like to thank the LEGO team, the global team, for sending us this copy to review, and that is too why you see the box is from Europe. It was not an American box, as over here in the US we have a little bit different looking box than the European one. So all in all, this is a set, like we said, that is more designed for shelf display. Now, you know, you can go back and forth with it, and you know, that's pretty much all you can do as far as the, you know, you can't turn really, but it's made to be on the shelf and stare at because it's so beautiful. And as we mentioned too in the close-up, there's a lot of unique building techniques involved with this. So it was a fun build, but it's also fragile because it's so big and because there's so many different hinges and different builds in this, to where when you're moving it, or sometimes if you're putting a piece on, you know, there are times where other pieces will come off, will fall off. So you do have to be careful. It's a careful build. Not, you know, you do have some similar builds because you got the left and the right versions, but you know, that's not too bad. And pretty much it's just a fun build for the older crowd especially. And you know, if you're a younger builder and you want this, I'm not going to say not get it. Just know when you get it, you know, there's not a lot of play features to it. It's just big, and it will take up space on your shelf too. I actually have to make new room to put this on the shelf. And then the minifigures are fantastic. The only thing that I would say that would have really, I think, made this set an 11 or 12 out of 10 is if we got Catwoman, because it's the Dark Knight trilogy. So we kind of see that, whereas the Batman is more from the Batman Begins suit. Obviously, the Dark Knight, Heath Ledger version of the Joker, great figure, and first time getting him is from the Dark Knight movie. So the Dark Knight Rises would have been cool to get a figure, Catwoman, from that to add to this. So not going to complain that didn't happen, but I just think if that did, it almost would have been too good to be true. But all in all, like I said, let us know in the comments what you think of the Tumbler. And what we'll be doing over time is comparing this to the UCS Batmobile and doing like a full comparison review of those two sets and looking at those. And like you saw, the little Tumbler, just do that in there for kicks. And just let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to The Brick Show. And in the description, you'll see all of our other LEGO Batman reviews, films. I mean, we've got it all here. And again, like, subscribe for The Dark Knight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time on The Brick Show.